Hey, good morning. How you do there? Here we are with the Deregistration Blues remix. Okay, I know some of you are waking up this morning, and all of your classes have just gone boom, and they're gone, and you have to scuffle and put them back together again. Hey, here's something I want to share to help all of you. Okay, uh, students come into my office all the time, drift in, sit down, and say, what do I want to take? What am I going to take? Help me out, okay? Well, what I want to tell you is that all of you have total command of what it is that you need to do. And let me just explain it, okay? Because as students have come in, I've found many of them just don't know what tools that they have. One is you have, from my institute, your eval that looks like this. Okay, and they've come up with a way to change it so it's in HTML, and it's way clearer to see. But even this, if you just look at it and don't pay attention, you can say, oh, what is this? This is difficult. But it isn't. What it is for your curriculum. And by the way, there is a curriculum for biology, and you know that. It has very clearly what you should take in your first year, your second year, your third year, fourth year, okay? If you take the classes as on the curriculum in the sequence, the order, then you're going to have less difficulty than if you get out of sequence. So that's why I have as a theme this year, get back on track. So on this eval, it shows you what you have taken in categories that are required, as well as what you have remaining, okay? So in the area of general education, it may be a little foggy. However, here's something that I found some students have never seen before, and they're juniors. It's the NSU catalog. Now notice I have some little tabs here on it, okay? This catalog is your guide to getting through school. The first tab has general information, and that's where you can find out about options for your general ed courses. So for cultural arts, social sciences, you say, what could I take? So on the eval, it may give you just one or two examples, but in here, it stretches it out to let you know what other things you can take. So I find students come in and they have really satisfied a particular category, but they're still taking classes in it. They have 3 history classes, or 2 or 3 music, art, and literature, and something else, and they didn't have to do it. Take it if you want it, but if you want to stay on sequence and graduate on time. The next tab is the sequence. So that's really the same as this sheet right here. It has exactly what you take in the first year, second year, and third year. Now here's the piece that's most critical that students are really, for some reason, not obeying. Again, I've mentioned it to you before about co and prerequisites. A co-requisite course is one that you must be taking while you're taking some other class. For instance, the classic is Chemistry 221. You can take that if you are also simultaneously enrolled in Math 153. If you're not in Math 153, you're not to be into the chemistry, okay? Some classes are prerequisites. For instance, you can't go to Chemistry 321 Organic until you have completed the first year of General Chemistry, 221, 222, plus the laboratories. You cannot take Ecology until you've had Botany and Zoology, all right? So how can you find co and prerequisites? Well, here we are with the catalog, and I have the 3 tabs. This has general education, the first one. The middle one has the sequence, but the last one is in the back of the catalog, the classes. So all of the classes at NSU are listed in this. And by each one, it says what the co and prerequisites are. Okay? So there's really no excuse. You can't show up and say, my advisor got me off and they told me the wrong information. The information that you need to put your schedule together properly and finish school in 4 years, or maybe go an extra semester, is clearly published. This is a really good guide right here. It tells you what you've taken, what you have remaining to take, and you have the sequence that's published. You have this. And then I'll say you have your advisor, because sometimes you may get stumped and don't know what to do. For the general education classes, as I said, there are some examples on the eval. The catalog has some more, but then what we can always do is contact the department and ask them what would they recommend. Well, I'm looking at how to cut my camera off. What would they recommend in terms of classes that would be adequate substitution that are not in the catalog in the general ed? Because say you need to take art appreciation, well, it could turn out you could take a pottery course, and that could suffice it. Okay, so we don't know. So you have the eval, you got your sequence, you have the catalog, and then we have the departments. And then you have your advisor. So when you go to the advisor, don't stumble in there and say, I need some classes. What am I going to take? You clearly have to take responsibility. So the advisor is an advisor and not someone who's telling you what to do. In terms of the electives, I don't know what you want to take and what your interests are, and your advisor doesn't either. Do you want to take something in music or literature or art? I don't know. It depends upon your interest. And that's what the electives are for, is to give you that option to stretch out and develop those things that you want. So deregistration remix blues today, but spend your time, find out what you have to take, check the catalog, then check with your advisor so when you come in you're very knowledgeable, okay? And you cannot plead, I don't know, my advisor gave me the wrong classes. You can't take microbiology until you've had chemistry. That's very simple, you see. So that's an example. So don't get into classes, because what it'll do is cause you to not perform adequately and end up with a poor, grade in the class. Your transcript gets messed up. And then what I'm interested in is what happens after you graduate. I want you to be able to go on to graduate professional school or get a job in science, okay, and not end up in a non-science area. So here's something to think about. I just heard on NPR, I don't know, a month or so ago, that half of the students in the United States in STEM majors, such as biology and chemistry, like that, engineering, from major universities, Columbia, Michigan, Carolina, Duke, they do not get a job in their major area in STEM. So if students at the largest, most prestigious universities are not getting in, then we at a smaller institution really have to have our game tight. So I say it's okay as long as we have a strategy, and that's what the advisors can help you to do, to succeed in America in a very competitive environment. But the key is you must do your part. You must trust your advisors and trust what we're doing here. Students who have gone on to success, great success from NSU, it's well documented, happens all the time. We just have to get more of you doing it. Who's in charge of your future to a large degree is you, okay? Your academics and your attitude. I'll do that in another video. What's really important is your attitude, how you get along with people, and what's called emotional intelligence. So you might want to Google that, okay? Just a quick snippet. Khan Academy, Google that. It provides tutorials in many different areas. You can go to YouTube for lectures and PowerPoints and all kinds of resources. So the resources to have what you need to really excel in your classes, it's available, readily available, probably right in your hip pocket, okay, with your device. You got to get to class early. You got to sit up front, all the A's and B's in the front of the class. Pay attention, get to know the professors, study, study, study. Your competition are not people that are sitting around you sleeping and Facebooking and not taking it seriously. Your competition this morning is waking up at Michigan State and Princeton and Harvard and places like that. That's who you need to put your eye on in terms of competitors. Okay, have a great day and stop by the office. I hope to see you. Sorry this video went so long, but it's real important. Don't let the deregistration remix blues get you down. Let's get a strategy and win it. Okay? All right. Bye.